The Warehouse Art Museum presents The White Owl, a story by John Lacrosse, illustrated by Jan Sayre, read by Deborah Clifton, with video adaptation by Jenny Plevin and Allison Westbrook IV. On a journey from Shangu to Shanding, 4 men stopped at the shrine of the White Owl.
A woodcutter, a weaver, a jeweler, a painter once traveled from the capital city of Shangu to the village of Shanding. Night overtook them when they were in the mountains near the shrine of the White Owl. Fearing bandits, they divided the night into 4 watches, so each would spend 2 hours awake while the others slept. The first watch fell to the woodcutter. To pass the time, he took up a piece of wood and began carving it with his knife. By the end of his watch, he had fashioned a statue of a girl. The second watch fell to the weaver. He admired the woodcutter's statue and decided to make fine clothing for it. Taking needle and thread from his sack, he fashioned a flowing silk robe, a robe of black and white with a sash of red. The third watch fell to the jeweler. Seeing the beautifully dressed statue, he instantly knew what she lacked and what he could make for her. Melting a gold coin, he poured the red metal into the loose earth, making bracelets for her arms and ankles and delicate gold sticks for her black hair. Finally, the painter sat up for the final watch. He looked at the beautiful statue with the flowing robe made of black and white silk with a red sash, a statue wearing gold bracelets on her wrists and ankles, and with 2 fine gold sticks in her hair. What could he do? What could he add? He unrolled his brushes and wetted his ink block. He painted 2 lips on the wooden statue, 2 delicate ears to hear the silence of the night, 2 perfect nostrils to smell the breath of the earth, and finally, after a prayer to Bodhidharma, 2 bright eyes to sparkle like dried pine needles sprinkled on the dark embers of a fire. Laying down his brush, the painter heard the white owl of the nearby shrine. The owl cried, "Flute, flute!" So the painter took up his flute and breathed a song through it. The wooden arms of the wooden statue rose silently like the wings of a night owl. The statue came to life. Listening to the music, she began to dance. The painter continued to play his flute, and the girl continued to dance as the new sun scattered cherry blossoms, yellow and pink, over the dark blue mountains. When it was light, the woodcutter, the weaver, and the jeweler woke. They heard the flute song and saw the dancing girl. They saw the wood statue had become a girl, clothed in floating silk, black and white with a red sash, adorned with golden bracelets on her arms and ankles, with thin gold sticks in her black hair. They saw the girl dancing to the flute song, her eyes wet and clear as dew on a flower's lip. "She's mine," said the woodcutter. "I formed her. I am her father and mother. I am her husband." "She's mine," said the weaver. "I covered her flesh. I embraced her with my warmth. I tied my heart around her waist." "She's mine," said the jeweler. "I made her beautiful. I made her desirable. I captured her with my golden rings. I gave her breath," said the painter. "I gave taste to her lips, fire to her eyes, music to her ears. She is mine." They quarreled over her, each shouting she was his by right. They unsheathed their knives, ready to attack each other. But before that happened, they decided to seek inspired judgment at the nearby shrine of the White Owl. They knelt down before the shrine. The White Owl blinked in the morning light. They explained what had happened, how they were traveling through the mountains, how they each took watches during the night, how the woodcutter carved the statue, how the weaver clothed it, how the jeweler adorned it, and how the painter made it dance. Who they asked. Who deserved the girl? The white owl, old but not old, white from the color of its soul, not from age. The white owl said nothing. It looked sternly at the 4 kneeling men. The sun climbed the treetops until midday it rose up high in the blue sky. The owl watched the 4 men, and the 4 men watched the owl. The sun again touched the tip of the trees, then descended slowly into the arms of the forest. The girl cooked rice. The men ate rice. The white owl said nothing. At night the girl danced. She danced in silence in the moonlight. This went on for 4 days. The girl cooked rice. The men knelt before the white owl. The white owl said nothing, and the girl danced in silence in the moonlight. On the 5th day, the owl spoke. She has given you pleasure, said the owl. She has given you beauty, patience, hunger, sustenance, hatred, love, desire, denial, inward thoughts, disputations, nearness, distance, fortune, reverence. She has given you her life. She has given you yourself. She has given you nothing. She has given you 4 days embracing all things. The 4 men rose. The 4 men continued their journey to the village of Shanting.